I can remember back in like high school, over the summer, all I was doing was like watching anime, YouTube, Netflix, or some other show, and playing video games. Besides eating, sleeping, going to the bathroom, like your basic necessities. Like besides that, all I was doing was just watching, consuming content, and playing video games. Honestly, I would say the majority of the time was spent doing both at the same time. Playing video games while watching something. You know, there'd be times where I was playing something, playing a video game, watching something as entertainment while I was playing the video game, and also having a third screen to help me with certain tasks in the video game. For example, I would be going on the wiki for this particular game while playing it, while watching a show. And of course, whilst I was eating as well, you know, I needed to bring my phone along so that I could still watch the show with me while I was eating, of course, you know. Of course, need to be done. Oh, don't forget the bathroom. Of course, the bathroom, yes. I also needed to bring my phone in there to play video games as well. Yes, because it was too boring. It's too boring in the bathroom, you know, like just, if you're taking a shit, God, that's 5 minutes, man. Way too boring. God, I need something. I remember playing Clash Royale in the bathroom while taking a shit, and before I knew it, like half an hour went by. I was like, holy shit. I just spent half an hour with my ass sitting on a toilet. You know, I was done with my business. But I mean, I just stopped moving and I started playing Clash Royale. And I was fully wrapped on this small screen until I saw that it was half an hour later. But you know, I didn't notice because I was fully engaged in the video game. I was getting all these pleasurable chemicals. I was in the flow in the bathroom. Of all places. I tell you this because I was a fucking whore for the pleasure I got from video games, YouTube, Netflix, other shows, anime. So much so that my all-time record, I think, was like 30 anime episodes in a day. And so if you calculate that, it's like, the average anime episode is 20 minutes, usually. Multiplied by 30, that's 600 minutes. That's 10 hours a day. That's more than half of the waking hours spent like that. It's more than 1/3 of the entire day spent, just like that. It's more than I actually sleep. I mean, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. Like, holy fuck. Good God. And I remember, like, at times I wasn't even interested in the anime. I, like, searched up, like, I don't know, like 30 titles that were similar to my favorite anime at the time, and I was like, okay, I'm just looking down the list, and I will pick that one, I'll just go through all of them. Like, you know, that seems interesting, so I'll watch it. And then watch them all. I mean, some of them I wasn't really even interested in to begin with. Like, I watched it, a couple episodes went by, it's not exactly interesting, but, you know, I'll keep watching because I'm bored and I need a show to watch, so I'll watch it. And there were so many shows that were just mid, if not terrible. Like, such a waste of time. But I finished them because I was so bored at the time. So bored. But also so unwilling to do anything hard. I sought out the easy things to do, the pleasurable things, with no challenge whatsoever. Only the pleasurable things. And it was just mind-numbing. It was mind-numbing, and months blew by. I can't remember really what I had accomplished for myself during those months. Sometimes I look back on these years and it's like, that one year in high school, that summer, what did I even do? Nothing. All I did was watch anime, watch YouTube, watch Netflix, and play video games for the entire summer. And I remember I didn't even enjoy most of it. For me, the primary video game I had played was Minecraft, Terraria, like these sandbox games, like also exploration games, RPGs. I remember like being at the end of Terraria. It's like I'm done with this game. I literally have everything, and that was the vanilla version. And then I played it a modded version. And I got to the end of that as well. It's like I have nothing else to do, and of course you can always like put more mods and whatnot, but I guess at that time it was just like I was done with this in a way, but I still continued to play still continued to do things that I didn't truly care about, if I could really think about it. Or rather, they weren't things that I was going to be proud of. Of course, at the time, I was very involved in the video games. You know, they were very important to me. You know, like Minecraft, Bed Wars, that was important to me at the time. Terraria, that was important to me. Genshin, that was important to me. These games were important to me, and I loved them. You know, they were great. I loved playing them. But I'm not proud of spending so many hours with them. You know, I'm not proud of the fact that I spent over 300 hours on one game. I'm not proud that I spent, I don't even know how many hours on Minecraft. I'm not proud of that. It's not something that, you know, I feel like I can go around and tell people I spent this many hours on Minecraft, bro. I don't think that's something admirable. And of course, even with this, I think I need to give myself credit for at least working out every single day during that time. But I still say overall I was just a hedonistic bastard. And so you read the title, you know what the video is going to be about. It's going to be about comfort in some way, shape, or form. And you've also listened to my love story, so thank you for that. And perhaps you've gotten a little glimpse of what I want to say. And the thing is, I think if you are listening to this, you are most likely like my previous self, tied to your phone or tablet or computer. And the only thing that makes you excited is to play video games. You know, school is stupid. You go home and not even when you go home, you're in school and all you can think about is getting this new progression, getting this new thing in a video game, beating others, competing, just playing video games, or to finish off that one show, or to finish off the videos from this content creator that you have missed. Whatever it is, you spend your entire day thinking about these sorts of things, you know, waiting to come back home to do these things, and everything else. School was a bother, so you didn't really do much about it. ACTs were a chore, and you didn't study it until you were forced to. You know, everything difficult in your life you wanted to just avoid, because it was difficult. And why would you want to do anything difficult when you have all this pleasure right at your fingertips? Except maybe you had some goals, you know, maybe you saw someone do a muscle up and, you know, you thought it was really cool, and so you wanted to do that. And then you tried, and then you didn't get it, and then you stopped. You're just like, okay, I can't do it, I quit. You didn't try to train for it. You felt negative emotions and you were gone. Like that. You were just gone. You couldn't handle it, you're just gone. I think the modern age with technology has made us so comfortable that this experience of just quitting after immediately failing is very common now. We're so focused on staying comfortable that it destroys our lives. We can no longer have hard conversations. We complain and scream at drive-ins for small mistakes. We yell at other people when they outline to us flaws that we can fix. When they're trying to help us get better, we yell at them. We get mad at them because they're telling us, or they're arousing negative emotion in us. And so we get mad at them because we don't want to feel that. I think we as a society are too comfortable. You know, the average person in a Western country lives infinitely better than a king 100 years ago. I mean, could you imagine the shock of a king from that time just looking at a phone? Man would drop to his knees, put that thing on a pedestal and start worshipping it. Please, please, please. I think we have so much wealth, and we really squander it a lot. And so something related is that no one goes to the gym for 10 years and trains hard during those 10 years. And when I say no one, virtually nobody is going to do that. Because it's hard. You know, everyone can go to the gym for a month or two. In fact, it's pretty much what everyone does during January to February. Everyone goes expecting results, and then they quit because it's harder than they expected. It takes more time than they expected. They don't see the results immediately. It's not comfortable. Getting under a barbell with enough weight to make you feel like you're being crushed is uncomfortable. It's hard. Pushing yourself through discomfort is hard. But it's because of this discomfort that literally builds your character. It builds you mentally and physically strong. I think the gym overall is a medium for discomfort. And of course, there are other mediums as well. Ice baths, cold showers. Those are technically like the same thing. Marathons. There are so many other mediums out there. And overall, I would say there is a rise in people actively searching for discomfort. Is it equal to the amount of people who are still stuck in comfort? I don't think so. But I still think the majority of people is one of comfort. Minimal discomfort, if not downright avoiding it entirely. But the thing is, one second. Let me scratch. But the thing is, people are actively searching for discomfort, which is very interesting. Right? Like, I wouldn't think that people would actively look for sources of discomfort in their lives. But they are. And more people are doing it. Like, what the hell is going on here? And the thing is, because too much comfort is mind-numbing. It's so mind-numbing as an existence. It's sort of like, why am I here? Just to suffer?
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
But it's not really suffering, right? 'Cause you're so pleasurable, but that the amount of pleasure that you get from just doing mind-numbing things, it's like, it's in a way, it's too much. And it becomes suffering. You are suffering on pleasure. Because you don't even feel good anymore. Because you're so desensitized to it, You play and play and you play. And if you were like me, it didn't even feel good anymore and I would still keep playing. Keep on watching the anime. Because you would feel some discomfort if you stopped. I think most people, when they get bored of a game, they would just move on to another game. And so just continue going on. Just that never-ending high. Just constantly going. And like, the thing is with that, it's like, those types of people never truly get to the mind-numbing place. Because they're always playing something new. I think for me, I was lucky in a way because I kept with my games, even past the peak of pleasure from them. But the thing is, if I ever stopped, my God, it would be so terrible, because I would be bored. I'd be so bored, like, can't have that. So we have all this comfort in the world. What should we do about it? What should you do about it? If you can do anything about it, that is. I think the first thought that comes to mind is like, should we just get rid of all the comfort? First, I don't think that's physically possible. And with this conversation, I think there is something of worth to be explored with stress. Why do we not like discomfort? Because it generates stress, and stress is bad. I think that's the common idea about stress. Stress is always bad. Like, you don't want to be stressed because it's bad. But there are different kinds of stress. There's distress, which everyone knows. We're all familiar with it. It's the bad kind of stress. Like, we are 3 months late for rent. It's like, oh, shit. That's the stress. But there's also eustress. It's called EUSTRESS. Which is basically good stress. It's the stress that, for example, when you learn something new and you're getting frustrated with it, but eustress is beneficial to you because it makes you adapt and it makes you benefit from the stressor. I think a lot of us misconstrue stress as only bad, but there is good stress as well. I think identifying which stresses are good and bad allows something else to really happen, I guess, which is transforming stress. And I'm basically just copying an idea from Stoicism and Hinduism and maybe also Christianity, in that you can turn any stress that you feel into eustress in a way, by viewing it as benefiting you in some way, shape, or form. It's basically just altering your perspective. And thereby, by doing this, instead of viewing all discomforting things as distressing things, as bad things, you can view them as good, as eustress. But the thing is, more than that, more than just taking what could be already discomfort in our lives, I think that we should all actively pursue discomforting things. Because right now, the natural discomfort is so minuscule. It's like nothing. It really is like nothing. And I already know you have something in mind that's discomforting to you. You don't want to do it. You really don't. You really don't. I get that. It's so hard. Like, you have that thought, then it's like, I'm not gonna do that because it's too hard. I'm not gonna do that. I know what you're thinking. That could be forbidding to play video games for a month, deleting Instagram, YouTube. I know you have something in mind, but the question is, will you do it though? Like, you can cognitively agree with me that comfort is bad and you should seek out some discomfort in your life. You can cognitively agree with it. And I was once like this, I would watch a video and be like, I would be thinking like, yeah, bro, that's terrible. And then I would do nothing to change it, and then I would just go back to playing video games. Like, literally, right after the videos, I was like, okay, close tab, back to it. So are you going to be a person who willingly seeks out discomfort? Perhaps you will never do it. Perhaps you won't. But I think that you will. I have faith that you'll do it. But in the end, it's still your choice.